I believe that before we get anything in our life, we become a version of ourselves who could actually handle it and who can have it. So before anything enters, this is your state of your soul and your mind that changes first. Hi everyone, my name is Masha and I'm in a happy relationship for 9 years already. When I was really young, and he always treated me like a princess, and he proposed to me really quickly, and I just knew right away when I met him he was the life of my life, just because of the way how he treated me, and just because the life we have right now, this is the relationship I always dreamed about. And I wanted to record this video just to talk about what were the things that led me to this relationship, and when I met this person, what was the state of my heart, and what were the actions that came before it all happened. I never manifested my husband. I never knew how I want him to look, or like exact features, or what he's going to do for a job or anything like that. What I knew is how I want to feel with this person, and what I knew is how I want to be treated and how I want to be loved, and what were the emotions that I wanted to feel in this relationship. Because I think, as every other woman, I always wanted to be loved. I always wanted to feel accepted and pretty, and I wanted to feel like I have a man that I can rely on in this life, and that would love me, and that we can build a strong, nice family together. And I remember going through this series of different situationships that were not really healthy and not something that I would go with. And I was looking at these situations when they were coming into my life, and I didn't understand like what I have to do with that, and why is it even here in my life, and when will I meet the person who I will spend the rest of my life with. Because this was not even optional for me. I knew if I meet someone, this will be till the end of the days. I always believed in this kind of love, and I still do. And I really believe that whatever you put your mind into and whatever you believe in, you can create it in your life. Like, there are no like standards and normals and stuff like that. All your life is just projection of your beliefs and your fears, and it's a projection of people you communicate with and all these beliefs that you build in your mind through the years. So that's why people from the same situation can have such a different lives, because everyone have a different projection of their beliefs. And then I realized that maybe there is something more than just like wanting to meet someone. Maybe it's me who have to change and be different, and then my life will be this way. And I realized that I don't have to be in a relationship to be loved. I don't have to be in a relationship to feel like princess, or to feel pretty, or to feel protected. Because actually, God is always with me, and God already protects me. He is already my father. He's already someone I can relate to, and I can already be loved. I am love, and I can spread this love, and I don't have to have anyone to feel this way and to live my life this way. And I remember when this insight came into my life, it was like it was the best period of my life, because believe it or not, I really stopped to think about like men, or how to meet them, or like what to do to attract them, or anything like that. Everything I focused on is just to have fun of my own. But by having fun, I mean just to be me, and just to spread this love and feel this love inside of me already. Just give it to people who surround me, give it to myself, and just grow and do things and be interested in things that I want to be interested in, grow spiritually, reading books, praying, starting to be closer to God. And all these things, they just started to like, put together, and it created that version of me who was such a shiny girl that I really didn't need anyone. And not only men, but also people and my friends, they would like come to my life so easily, and just themselves. I didn't like want anyone, I didn't call anyone, they were just there, because this light, it's attractive, it's really attracting to people. So I remember I always had this like friends and many people around me, but even when I was on my own, I was still like doing whatever I want and feeling so fulfilled. And I remember at that point, I didn't think about like the man or how to find the man or anything like that. I felt so pleased and so happy that I understood that everything will happen the way it should, because I knew that when I'm the right person for myself, when I found this inner light, and when I started to live within this higher self and with God and with love that is already in me, that's where this right person will also come into my life. Not the other way, not like the right person come into your life and then you will feel loved and fulfilled and everything else. No, there is no such person in this world that will make you feel this way if you can't make yourself feel this way. And believe it or not, I was absolutely not glamorous. That was not my focus and not my goal at all. Like right now, I look much more better and my husband enjoy this version of me. But back then, it was like I didn't have really like, resources to be like glamorous and focus on my look or how to speak or to be feminine or anything like that. I had none of those, but regardless, there were so many men around me, always, I swear to you, just because I was so focused on myself and I was so happy within myself. I had so much love and fun in me and so much energy because of that. Because when you are focusing on the right thing, when you are taking this love in yourself and you are like spreading it into the world, you receive so much energy from the source, from the God. So that's why I was just living my best life, not caring about anything. And that's exactly the moment when there were like different kind of men, but also I feel like when you are so aligned with yourself and when you are so happy with yourself, you can really easily feel people who align with you and your energy as well, and people who don't. And that also helps you to avoid a lot of mistakes. And that's exactly the moment when my husband happened in my life, and I never like invited him, or I never called him, or I never like, you know tried to attract him. I remember my mom always told me that, um, if you look in the Bible, you will see that Jesus was the first one who loved the church, and then the church responded to him. So he was like a man for the church who would take this responsibility to choose to love the church first. And she was like, this is the example of the man that you want to meet in your life, because you want the man to be the first one who would show you his love, his appreciation, and then it will lead you to love him back. And I think it was really responding to me, these things that she said. So I always knew that in the right moment, when I will feel happy within myself, and when I will feel that I have love to love myself and love other people, that's where the right person will join me, and I will feel this love with them too. And that's when my husband came into my life. That was obviously his initiative, and he was just always there for me, and he started to invite me for dates, and like he made all this like romantic moves, so many of them, and it was so nice. And like he still does. I feel like our love story is something from a book, that's something I really envisioned when I was little, and that's something that really happened in my life. But I really think, like looking back there, I understand that there were like many men who I met before my husband who could really hurt me if I would go into this relationship with them, and who were like trying. But I think that only because I was so aligned with myself and I was so happy with myself, because I was not looking for anyone to save me, and I was not looking for anyone to make me feel loved, because I loved myself first. I loved God first, and I knew that He loves me, and that's why I loved myself too. Because if God loves me, then who am I not to love myself, right? So, first of all, I felt this loving and this whole taken and this like powerful love of God, and that whole universe like belongs to me, all universe loves me and support me, and that's all I need to feel happy. And that's where my life started to change, and I literally saw how people in my life change, how my energy changed, how every day I wake up with this endless source of this energy. And that's how the right person came into my life. Like, I was never looking for them. I was never trying to be in the places to look for this person or to look a certain way to meet this person. Like, my husband met me when, like, objectively, like, if we look honestly, that was like my worst look from all the time, because I didn't know how to make my hair so well. I didn't have a style that was like good. Like, I was so funky, you know. But this was but my inner light was so strong that my appearance was not the reason he fell in love with me. And I think it's a perfect, when you grow old and you go together, if you become like pretty and prettier, that's nice, because this person gets to enjoy your beauty without being the wrong person, you know, who would just fall into you because of your beauty, and that will be everything they want from you, and they don't really care about your inner state, because beauty can come and go, but the person you're inside, this is what stays with you forever. This is who you will live 24/7 with, and this is who you should be happy and loved with, first of all. And then everything else will follow after that. So, this is my little story about how I didn't manifest my husband. I didn't call him into my life, but that's how I met him. And I really believe that it was God provision for me. It was answer for all my prayers, because I literally gave out control to Him, and I just focused on being loved by myself and feel happy by myself. And that's when everything switched. So if you're looking for the ways to become prettier to meet your husband, or become more disciplined to meet your husband, or you just worried that maybe you're not doing enough or something else, this is not true. You are enough, you are beautiful as you are, and there is a right person who will fall into you just for the person you are. The only thing you need to get is to focus on yourself, on loving yourself, and on receiving this love from God and feeling this love from God in your life. And it will fulfill you with such a powerful energy that you will not know how to get rid of this man in your life. I hope it will be useful for someone. Follow and subscribe if you want more, and there are more of me in my Instagram page. So go there and follow, and I will see you in the next videos. Bye!